What's up guys, Jim Yosef here and welcome to a brand new video and welcome to the next category of my FUT birthday week. And today we're looking at quite a controversial one, the most disappointing players in FIFA Ultimate Team history. And the reason it is considered controversial is because everyone has an opinion on every single player they've used. So I understand that, I fully respect that, but what I've done, I asked Twitter and it's mainly a majority vote. But we'll get into players in just a moment guys, so before we get started, as always, you show support by smashing the like button, that'd be absolutely awesome. If you're new to my channel, click the subscribe button for daily FIFA content, and the comments below. If I've missed any players, who's your most disappointing player ever in FIFA Ultimate Team, and also let me know what category I should do for tomorrow's video, and finally if you missed yesterday's video, it'll down below in the description box. And I'm actually based this on 4 different categories. The very first one is a player rating. They're a high rated player, they're poor in game though for you, they didn't perform how well you thought they would have done. The second category is hyped up players. Now this is players that of course on Twitter, social media, and even in the game itself have been hyped up so much, just they really disappoint you in game. Number 3 is the player's price. And of course price isn't actually to do with the player itself, it's not the player's fault. But obviously the FIFA community, it can drive players' prices up despite a player not actually being that good. And the final category is players that got very good stats on their card, they don't live up to it, and it's potentially better and cheaper alternatives. And I'll say it again, everyone has got the right to have an opinion on a player. I'm not saying if a player's in this video, they're bad for absolutely everyone. It's again, basically majority vote. Some people agree with some players and others, they'll disagree. So the very first player of course is going to be the goalkeeper, and I'm going to go with Manuel Neuer. He's had some fantastic cards over years. I'm not saying every single one of these is bad by the way. The one in particular I'm going to point out is a 96 rated card right there from FIFA 15, his team of the year. He was 96 rated, so the highest goalkeeper I believe on the whole game that year. 96 diving, 95 reflexes, 96 positioning, 92 handling and 97 kicking. But in game, for some strange reason on FIFA 15 as a game as a whole, the goalkeepers just didn't work. It wasn't just him, but because he was the highest rated goalkeeper in the game at 96, I was expecting to say some things, especially more than others, but you can have long shots against him and he'd pretty much let every single shot in. Again, it may have just been the game itself, but Neuer, he's definitely on that list for me. Then we got to first defender. I couldn't think of many right backs, so I'm actually putting a centre back out of position. A lot of people probably will love this card, a team of the year Thiago Silva from FIFA 14. He was 94 rated with 87 pace, 81 passing, 79 dribbling, 95 defending and 91 heading. I actually was lucky enough to pack this card on FIFA 14 as well, the exact hour he came out. But the timeline with me and this Thiago Silva, basically I packed him, and in the first game he was outmuscled by a little guy called Villalva, I think his name is, a silver Argentine striker, who was 4'11" on FIFA 14 by the way, I'll point out, with 34 strength in game. He completely knocked him on the floor and scored a goal. And in fact it was this card right here, just 69 rated, 82 pace, 76 dribbling, I think he had 4-star skill moves, 4-star weak foot, 52 heading, but again 34 strength. He knocked Thiago Silva on the floor, and that was me and Thiago Silva done from that point. But that one is a personal opinion. A lot of people may have enjoyed the card again, just for me, didn't work out whatsoever. Then we got to the first centre back, and we're going with a player's high rated. I don't really think many people use him, and there's a reason for that, Javier Mascherano. Now as a CDM he's not all that bad, but as a centre back, his 89 tots last year, if he's like 6'4", 6'5", he'd be insane, but I think his height, if I'm correct, he's like 5'9". Just for an 89 rated card, I never really came against him, and same every single year he's been a centre back, he's never featured in any squads, and for years I'm usually quite confident that I'll absolutely smash a guy and play him. And his partner is an all-time great at the game in real life, and that is going to be a legend card in fact, and that is Nesta. So of course in real life, like I said, one of the best centre backs of all time, and his legend card on FIFA 16 and FIFA 17, for a 90 rated player, his stats are so poor. It's this card right here I'm looking at in particular. You compare that one to say, I don't know, his FIFA 10 one was even better. I know it hasn't got as good defending and such, but 80 pace over 67, it just shows how wrong they got his stats. Now the reason I'm not talking about his FIFA 17 card so much is because he has got 86 physical this year compared to last year just 76, but he still has more pace because you compare that card to just like FIFA 11, he had 9 more pace he did 6 years ago on FIFA Ultimate Team. I'm fully aware that pace was worked out differently on FIFA 11, but still he's a legend card. Come on, up his stats a little bit. But again, in real life, one of the all-time greats. And left back is probably one of the most controversial defenders I'm choosing, but that is going to be David Alaba. I'm fully aware that a lot of like pros use him in their teams and he performs really well for them, but I think for the average user, he isn't very good. He attacks far too much. His defending stats, his stats on card are phenomenal, just he doesn't stay back to actually be a left back. Some love his card this year, but a lot of people, they don't like him too much. I noticed a lot of people on Twitter did actually suggest him. And now we've got a player that I really enjoyed on FIFA 12 as well as FIFA 15 and possibly even last year on FIFA 16. But it's the right midfielder, and that is a player that's now playing in China, Hulk. He has had some really good cards over the year. In fact, his striker card, where is it? That FIFA 13 one was actually pretty decent, although 91 pace didn't feel anywhere near that. But the one I'm choosing in this video is this FIFA 14 Tots, 90 rated, 91 pace, 92 shot, 90 passing, 81 heading, and 90 dribbling. This card right here was pretty damn good in game. I can't remember ever using this FIFA 16 Tots for some reason. He was 95 rated though. But for some strange reason on FIFA 14, he never felt anywhere near that 91 pace, hence why I put him in this video. Then we got to play that I really like in real life, but on FIFA, he's just not built for the game. Like Iniesta, he gets in Team of the Year every single year, had so many 95 rated plus cards, but this one right here this year, the 95 Team of the Year, if you compare him to someone like N'Golo Kante, I know they're not the same type of player, don't get me wrong there, I'm not comparing them in that sense, but if you're asked, who do you want, 95 Iniesta or 81 base Kante, I'm pretty sure a large majority, if they've used both players, would 100% choose N'Golo Kante. The thing about Iniesta, I think the key stats this year on FIFA Ultimate Team are going to be aggression, stamina, and there's a couple other stats for centre midfielders. He has got 97 passing and 97 dribbling, unreal on the ball, but aggression is like an off-ball stat, I believe, is how much I chase the ball, and for a centre mid, I really require that. In fact, as you can see right there, he's got 64 jumping, 76 stamina for a 95 rated card that is horrendous, 70 strength, and 69 aggression. And his partner in centre mid is actually a right midfielder, but it's a player I feel most people probably agree with this one, Thomas Müller. Had so many high rated cards over the years, had some right midfielders, centre forward, strikers. I don't know what really to put in the team, but he's never really been that great for me on any FIFA. Like I have used this one right here, his SBC card as a centre midfielder. He was okay, nothing outstanding for an 88 rated player. He's probably suited there more, in my opinion, than a striker because he's got very good like shooting from range, decent passing, decent dribbling, and okay physical. But I think the one I'll put in, probably, let's go the team of the season FIFA 13 right midfielder. He definitely is much better at being a centre forward, so the right mid I feel is definitely more suited to being a disappointing category. Now the far midfielder is someone that I honestly couldn't find two left midfielders by the way, but I'm going to go with Eden Hazard. It was heavily suggested on Twitter. Personally, I didn't really mind the card, but it was his 95 team of the season from FIFA 15. I actually packed him. I used him a fair amount. He wasn't spectacular like a 95 rated card should probably feel, but the reason he's in the team, a lot of people on Twitter, they seem to agree. The first striker is someone, again, just like Thomas Müller, he's always had high rated cards, but never been too overly used on FIFA, and that is Edinson Cavani. He's had some cards that are pretty good in game. This FUT's one, for example, last year, or FIFA 15, sorry, was very good in game. 83 pace, 96 shot, and stuff like that. But the one I'm going to put in the team is in fact his highest rated card of all time, FIFA 13 Team of the Season Cavani at Napoli. I actually remember reviewing this card on FIFA 13 and I really thoroughly hated him. I think it was his high work rates. Back on FIFA 13, work rates, they did change quite a bit compared to now. Of course, player structures are much more advanced now. But high, he was basically playing as a CDM despite him being a striker. And to be fair, he would have worked very well as a centre midfielder with his 70 defending. And the final player, this is probably the most controversial of the lot because he technically is the best of all time according to a lot of people. And that is going to be the 95 legend, Pele. So it's not a fake Pele like Johan Pele, I think his name is, now playing for Marseille. It's one of these four bad boys right at the top. So I'm going to go with FIFA 17 card because he's very expensive and all I see is people buy him on Twitter and sell him really soon after. Now don't get me wrong, I imagine he's fantastic in game, but for a player who costs you like 5 million coins I believe, there are so many better options and much cheaper. In fact I think his stats on his card are not as good as Mertens' stat in form. I'll quickly check. Right, so pace is exactly even, both having 95. Mertens has got 94 shot compared to Pele's 89. 89 passing on Pele compared to Mertens' 91. 94 dribbling on Pele to Mertens' 93. Okay, he's higher on that stat. Same goes for defending and physical. But for the most of it, for a player who'll cost you what, like 600k of Mertens, it's a much better value for money. And I'm also fully aware that Pele can link to absolutely anyone in the game. Mertens is very limited in comparison, but still, if I had the choice, Mertens 100%. And now finally we've got the subs bench. So first up we've got Steve Mandanda, his 90 rated touch from FIFA 15, but in all honesty I probably could have included any Steve Mandanda card on any FIFA over the years. I don't know what it is that makes him so bad in game, but it seems to be a common theme every single year, particularly with him. It might be his height, I don't think he's a very tall goalkeeper in the slightest, so that could be the issue. The one next to him is a legend of the game, Gianluigi Buffon. I think recently made his 1000th appearance in his career, which is crazy stuff. And again, a legend in real life. But on FIFA this year, if I come against him in Weekend League, I'm fully confident that a low-driven shot will pretty much beat him every single time. And that even counts for his SBC, but again, some people like it, some people don't. Next up is another goalkeeper, quite a common theme, that is Akinfeev, not sure how he says his name, the Russian goalkeeper from CSKA Moscow. Quite similar to Steve Mandanda in regards to him being quite high rated every year, but never very good. And that Tots is a key example for that. Then we got on to Mesut Ozil. I personally don't really like him too much. From 90 rated player, 73 pace, 80 shot, okay, dribbling and passing very decent, but 6'6 physical, so many better options that are cheaper. I think he's also got a very poor weak foot, so personally, I'd actually rather an 85 rated Eriksen probably over him, who's much cheaper. Then we go on to 91 Gareth Bale from FIFA 17. I've used him a fair amount in draft. He has got 95 pace, 88 dribbling, 89 shot, 87 passing. He's quite good in front of goal, like very good in front of goal, but for me doesn't feel anywhere near 95 pace because of two stats in game. And those two stats are pretty damn clear. The first one is going to his agility, just 78, and balance, just 66. For me, those stats are very, very key to having a player feel very, very quick on the game. Then we go on to Miroslav Klose's record breaker card from FIFA 14, the World Cup, becoming the highest ever goal scorer in World Cup history. And I didn't really get on with this card in the slightest. He's a 90 rated player, he got some huge boosts, and that could be why he didn't feel as good as I was hoping him to be. I actually get up his normal card now to compare. So he went from an 83 to a 90, plus 15 pace, plus 18 shooting I believe, plus 16 passing, plus 19 dribbling, and plus 13 heading. And if you see him type of stat upgrades, you expect him to be fantastic in game, but really for me, he was a massive disappointment. But again, loads of people loved him. And the final one is the FIFA 13 Team of the Year card, Radamel Falcao. Back then, was the best striker in the world. Now my experience with this card was actually quite positive. I didn't mind the card whatsoever, but I noticed a lot of people on Twitter, they suggested him. So there is a final team. It was very, very difficult in fact to find 18 players that are generally really disappointing and very high rated. And I've actually done this video thanks to a guy in the comments yesterday called ZK Footy, I believe his name is, so thank you to you. If you do see an ID you like, make sure to leave that comment a thumbs up so I know you want to see it. And on that note guys, that is going to be the end of this video. So as always, if you enjoyed it, show support by leaving a like rating, that'd be absolutely awesome. If you're new to my channel, click the subscribe button for daily FIFA content and in the comments below. If I have missed any players, let me know down below in the comments. And finally, if you missed yesterday's video, it will be down below in the description box. So thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.